I'm going to show you guys a meal I have been using to do some weight here. I got 2 of these Sinaloa tortillas. You don't just have to use these. Actually, these are kind of high in calories, but I'm doing 2 quesadillas, so 2 tortillas, 56 grams of cheese, 2 servings of Greek yogurt for my sour cream, which I'm literally just going to put some of this Cholula in there, kind of mix it up. I'll kind of show you how I do that in a second. This is also 10 ounces of, actually was frozen chicken breast. And I honestly have kind of been putting it in the blender, which is kind of an interesting process, but I've been putting it in the blender just to make it kind of more mixed up, kind of more shredded. And actually it's kind of worked. I kind of prefer it. It makes it so it's not so chewy. Let's go ahead and do our little bit of our yogurt here. I'll show you guys more of the process once I get everything. So honestly, kind of send it with this. I really have no process. It's really just like however much I want. Maybe people like this, maybe people don't. But this is kind of just what I've been doing. And then you kind of just mix it together real well. I'll show you the final product. So it kind of comes out like that. I really just eyeballed the sauce as you saw. But this is about 36 grams of protein. I use it as my sour cream. Like I said, it has pretty much no fat in it. And honestly, in my opinion, it tastes exactly like the same stuff, the sour cream, right? If that's what you're looking for. I realize that I look a little bedheadish here, but that's kind of been my process. I'm gonna go ahead and actually make the quesadilla now. The only reason I was chicken on here was really just to kind of reheat it and kind of re-grill it and char it a little bit. I'm not really doing nothing fancy with this, but I'll kind of show you what my process is once I actually put it in the quesadilla. I think most people know how to make a quesadilla, but you'll see what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use half of that on one, half of this on one as well, and I'm not gonna really put any of that right now, but I'll show y'all a little bit later. Let's get it. So here we go. Our pan. We're gonna use our 0 calorie spray. Yes, I'm aware that it's not actually 0 calories, but I'm gonna use quite a generous amount of it, just that way that the quesadilla does not go and toss it on there. Yes, just use your hand. Don't be a chicken. I'm also gonna go ahead and scoop some of that. Okay, we put the chicken on there. I'm not sure what to tell you if you don't know how to make a quesadilla. Just gonna make sure we only use half of the cheese because we're gonna want to use the other half for the other one. So we're doing that here. So just put a little bit on there. See if I can film and flip at the same time. That will be a miracle if I can pull this off. I'm gonna kind of dig under there, put that there, and then I like to also just center it. That way you're gonna lose some stuff no matter what. So just expect that. I do like to throw a little salt on there, so we're gonna do our salt on there. We're gonna probably wait not really that long. You can kind of maybe try to tuck some other stuff in there if you don't want to, whatever. You can also just scoop it on the side. We're gonna do a little flip-a-rooney here. Watch this. This is gonna be one-handed. I'm actually just gonna do this. It's already kind of grilled, so you don't really have to worry about it too much. And the same thing, we're gonna salt this side as well. And then just repeat the process for number 2. So my real strategy for this, honestly, is not so much, okay, is it a lot of calories? I mean, it's actually probably gonna end up being 900 calories, but I actually did not eat lunch earlier today. There's the doggy. And so for me, that's kind of just been my main plan, is I kind of fast. I have a little bit of protein in the morning with my Greek yogurt, and then I also usually have a protein shake, and then this is kind of my end-all meal here. I try to save a little bit of calories at the end, that way I can kind of plan it out, and it usually kind of works out. So, you know, just be kind to yourself when it comes to the calories and stuff. Like for me, a big one is honestly just trying to plan it out. So just plan it out. It's not going to be that hard. You know, if you kind of have a plan, right? You want to go into it with a plan. Probably some of the chicken's going to come out there. I probably also wasn't really filming it anyways because I was focusing on it, not burning the hell out of myself. But that's really my main point with it, is to plan it out. That way you can kind of think about what you're going to do later in the day or in the beginning of the day. And then you'll have your calories all figured out. You don't have to put the guesswork into it. I kind of already know, okay, I'm going to be tracking 2 of these tortillas, 2 servings of the cheese, and 10 ounces of the chicken. Then I kind of already know that's what my calories are going to end up being. Obviously, plus the 2 servings of the Greek yogurt, you know. And honestly, I really don't account for the spray. I feel like for the most part, I don't really eat fat through the day, so I usually kind of give myself a little bit of grace with that, as long as I'm kind of within reason. As long as I'm not like spraying the whole container on there, it's usually okay, at least in my opinion. That's what works for me. You can try it. You can do it however you want. If you want to measure the tablespoons, you can totally do that. That's not. I don't think there's any really wrong way to do it. It's just more about trying to find the right ways to do it for you. So that's my main philosophy. Don't try to think about all the wrong ways to do it. What is the right way to do it for you that's going to make sense, that's going to be easy, repeatable, and delicious, right? So this is something that I've honestly eaten 3 days in a row, because this is what I like to eat. This is one of my favorites to eat. So I'm going to go ahead and eat it now. Hope y'all guys maybe try it later, but that's what I got. So this is the final product. I know maybe it doesn't look super delicious, but I guarantee you it actually tastes good to me. It comes out to about 114 grams of protein, about 34 grams of fat, and I think about 80 grams of carbs. That's including this. So again, use it to plan out what you're going to eat and what you're going to have, and then that way you can figure out what's going to work for you and what is not going to work for you. This is just a meal that works for me within my diet and what I enjoy eating. So find things that work for you. If you like quesadillas, maybe figure out a way to get quesadillas in your diet, you know, with high protein, low fat. You know, I mean, 80 carbs is not going to kill you. It's just more about having the balance right. Get the balance that you need for yourself. Same thing with your fats. Get the balance that you need.